Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at a tool called NVIM OrgMode. This is for NeoVim. There's also a version for Vim, and OrgMode is actually an Emacs thing. So I'm sure some of you are looking at me and saying, hey, what are you doing talking about Vim and OrgMode at the same time? That's a little bit of heresy. And I'm going to say, yeah, it is, but I use Vim. I tried Emacs. It just didn't click for me at the moment. So maybe I'll come back to that. And ultimately, this is coming from my issues with TickTick video a few weeks back, where one of my big problems with TickTick is that the keyboard control is just lacking. It's not great. It doesn't do a good job, keyboard control, specifically on Linux, and then there's really nothing on iPadOS. So we started to dive into something that is full keyboard control because Vim is full keyboard control. Let's do it. Let's dive in and take a look at NVIM OrgMode, how we install it, and it's just what it is, how it's useful, and how it is a developer tool for sure. So NVIM OrgMode, you can find this on GitHub right here, github.com, NVIM-org-orgmode/orgmode. And the install instructions are right at the bottom, right? I use Packer, so I just really needed to add these lines to my configuration, these ones right here. And if I go to terminal, you can see that I have them right there. I already had TreeSitter installed, so I didn't do TreeSitter, but those lines right there are the ones that do NVIM OrgMode for me. And this is my NVIM OrgMode file. So let's look at refile to start. So the syntax for NVIM OrgMode is the star right here. That's a heading. It's also a to-do depending on what you are doing, or it's also a done tag. So this is a level 1 heading. If I was to go, let's tab, using tab to open it. And if I went, this is a sub heading. This isn't even a task right now, although something I can do is if I hit CIT, I can turn it into a to-do item. So you can cycle forward. CIT is cycle forward, it's done. CIT will cycle it back to nothing. And then CI capital T cycles backwards. So now if I went back to the top and I hit tab again, it actually folds everything out of the way. So Vim or OrgMode uses a lot of folding to really organize your files, right? So something else you noticed on that, when I did double, this is a deadline heading. So I can also say with a deadline, I can add that. And that's how you make something due. And that is leader OID. Brings up this nice state picker here, where I can pick my deadline. Leader OID. If I did it, so if I have this deadline, say it's set for tomorrow, if I do leader OID again, it'll actually replace it. I can make it due on the 26th. So that's something that's nice to make it easy to find your due dates really easily. And even with this due date, I can also go back here and say 1, 2, 3. This is a sub heading. All right, so if I tab here, folds it. If I go to the top, folds everything. So when I get to use this, as you can see, all with just my keyboard. That's right, I'm using double G to get to the top and Shift G to get all the way to the bottom. Another thing you can do in these, let's delete that, is you can also see actually in my good bands, which I got from the music store locally, is notes. So I can make a note. So often I would do something like this, right? I'd say https://slack.com URL. And that would be to the note, or I'd say https://github.com/issue to go to an issue. And then I might even say something like 2023 dot, what is this, 12.11. Here are my working notes for the day, so I can keep track of what needs to get done, right? That's something that I would do regularly just in my day to make sure that I'm keeping track of my notes, keeping track of what's going on in programming, where I need to follow up with issues, and just watch them. Now, quick capture. This is a pretty cool feature. So I'm actually going to go to my other tab here, and you can see I'm in my NVIM config, which is in, leader, or not leader. It's in your .config in your home folder. So to do a quick capture, I'm going to go leader OC. Leader OC. And you can see right in the bottom it has template key, and I only have one option for T for task, but you can do multiple capture templates. There's a link to that in the blog post about where to find the capture templates for NVIM OrgMode. So if I hit T, now I can put in my to-do. This is my new task, right? If I hit save, right? So that's :X. I have now saved this. And if I go back over here, so I'm going to hit load to load the file. And now it's added my new item. This is my new task. And I put what's called an inactive date in there. I actually never dug in. I don't ever use them. So you can see it offered me to load it so that I could get the new file and not have a sync conflict. Or so if I had originally saved this file again, then it would have actually had a conflict. Now, filing a task, say I want to file this now, go through my inbox. I need to go through here and type leader OR. And then I have lots of different stuff, right? You can see in the bottom, right down here in the bottom, I can choose where I want this to be. So I could say, I know I have a personal one, hit tab, and let's go to personal. So now if I save, then we can go personal, and I can say I have this is my new task right here. So now this is in there. So saving everything is really easy. It's really easy to operate from the keyboard. So there's two types of date in org mode. One is scheduled, one is deadline. Works similar to when and due or deadline in things 3, or your defer date and your due date in OmniFocus. So if I want to do scheduled, I go leader OIS, and I'm setting a scheduled date. So I do that for Wednesday. So what this is telling org mode is that I'm scheduled to start this on Wednesday, and I could still go leader OID and say I actually need to have this done by next Tuesday. Now I have 2 dates. So it's scheduled to start on Wednesday, and it's going to finish on December 19th. That's the really difference between the two of them. I didn't end up using scheduled dates very often, just because I didn't end up using them. I usually honestly just use deadline as the day I'm going to work on something. Whether or not it actually has to get done, most of my stuff is actually open-ended, so I don't need to worry about it as much. Now tags is another one. Let's delete our dates here, and let's just give this some breathing room. So tags. Tags you can use to filter tasks in agenda view, which we'll get to. So to do that, we go leader OT, and now I can add a tag. You can see right in the bottom down here, it says tags, and I can say meeting. Now it's added a meeting tag. So now I can actually filter and find all of my tasks with meeting on them across all of my org files. As I said earlier, there's kind of 3 states for a heading. So let's go CIT. Oh. So there's 3 different statuses, right? There's just a heading, there's a to-do item, and there's a done item. And so CIT and CI shift T cycle between those, right? So CIT is forward, CIT is backwards in that. So there's 3 different tasks or 3 different ways you can denote a task as, or a heading as having an actual task behind it. You don't have to do that. You can just use it as a note-taking tool. You don't need to have any tasks in there, but you can even still make a heading and have a deadline. So it doesn't necessarily note it as a to-do, but it is a deadline. Now there's some important commands. One of the first ones is the agenda view, and that is leader OA. And I'm going to hit, you can see in the bottom corner, there's a few different options. There's agenda, there's list all my to-do entries, match tags, match only to-do entries. So lowercase m will match any heading or any property that has a tag with it, or any property, or capital M only does it with to-do entries. So only headings that have a to-do beside it, and search for keywords and quit. So I'm going to hit A to get in here. And you can actually see that I have, this is for December 11th. So today I have all of this stuff to do, sort of. Some of this stuff has actually been moved over to the other tool. So we're kind of jumping to the end, right? And you can see that I have some of them are due 6 days ago. Some are due 3 days ago, in 1 day tomorrow. And you can actually see I also have them on here. So for Tuesday, I've got a bunch of stuff. So now you can also go VD and get just my day view. And I can say F for forward in time and B for backward in time. Now, one issue with this is not going to show today, but say yesterday, what this actually did is it showed me when I came into it, it didn't show me Sunday when I was recording this, when I was looking at this, it actually showed me the previous Monday. So 7 days ago, when you come into day view. So what I'd love to see ultimately in NVIM OrgMode is it defaults to my current day. What is today? And I want to see that task. So I should see this view right off the bat. So there are also some features I didn't use in NVIM OrgMode, specifically the tasks, or the timing. I didn't really use that. One of the issues with that is you start your timer and you can stop it from anywhere in Vim really, but the problem is you can't actually see it's running. So you can't look at it and be like, oh, I'm just running a timer and I forgot about it. It's just lost to the ether. And if you're like, oh, I need to go back and adjust time entries, it's actually really hard. You got to do a bunch of math. You got to figure out the time, stuff like that. So I never really used that. So I never even dug into the reporting. Another one I didn't use was recurring tasks. So you can do a recurring task. If we look back down here, if I go leader OID, and let's make it tomorrow. All right, tab. So to do a recurring task, I would actually just say plus 1 week. So that means it's going to recur every week in theory. But then when we get into it and there's issues with it. So there's a shifting base date parameter you got to look at, and you got to look at how prior tasks are invisible or visible. And honestly, it just when I started digging into it, it was hard and I didn't do it. So if I had a recurring task like updating a client site, I usually just do it and then mark it to the next week. And so I had no tracking that I had done the task already outside of like a change log. If I had it in Git, then I'd see, oh, I changed on this date to move to the next date. And that was okay with me because I don't really need to track it. And then for sync is kind of the last thing that we need to look at. Sync, I used sync thing right here. So I've just started it in the background. And I used that to sync the whole org folder. So if we go back, you can see I used it to sync this whole org folder. Originally, I did have a nested folders, but because of some of the stuff on iOS, iPadOS, I just couldn't do that. So I tried plain org-row, and then borg was actually the best. It's $13.49 a year, Canadian, and it was actually the best. I'll actually look at it on Firefox for you. Borg. So Borg has a nice client. It does like a good agenda view. It has lots of good things going for it. But what it doesn't do is it's not fully keyboard controlled. So I can't do that from my iPad. Kind of defeats some of the purpose of having a good keyboard control task manager. And that's actually probably where the biggest sticking point was, is keyboard control across all platforms and the lack of really nice support on iOS for org files. So although sync thing, and then I used Mobius on iPadOS and iOS to sync back and forth, that actually worked really well. I was away, like a number of hours away, and just opened it up and thought, I wonder how this is going to work, because I've only ever synced to my local network, and it just took a couple seconds, found it and synced, and it was no problem, because I left my laptop here at home on. But you still run into some sync conflicts occasionally, right, with, say I didn't reload the file in Vim, and then I save something new, and there's a sync conflict. So do I have any sync conflict files in my thing? I don't, but you just see a file like, provpubs, what does it say, syncconflict.provpubs.org would be one of the files that had come up. And so that was annoying, but not unsurmountable. I mean, you could do it. If you're mostly on your computer, then you could totally do it. If you're only sometimes on a mobile device, then that would be totally fine. But I still have this second station over here. That is my iPad station, where I actually do a lot of work, especially on Mondays and Fridays. I do a lot of work on that station and make sure that I'm just using my iPad, because I still really like the interface. I don't like iPadOS 17. But always the big question is, should you try this NVIM OrgMode? If you don't use Vim, no. It's not. If you're not a programmer, probably not either. But if you are a programmer, if you are need to take lots of notes and you want something that's a little more enhanced than, say, just markdown files in a project, then OrgMode can really help you. It gives you, again, tracking of tasks. You can do lots of different stuff to actually track what needs to get done in a project that way. So I really like it. But again, if you're on mobile devices, I'm going to say this is probably not the one for you. While there are some okay tools, there's nothing that's spectacular. They're all kind of hampered and not great. So unfortunately, I would say don't use it for that. That's really it. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up below, subscribe, hit the bell, that YouTube stuff. Otherwise, the best way to support the channel is take a course, become a member. Members at curtismchale.ca/membership. Courses are at curtismchale.ca/education. Remember, members get all my courses included and anything else I put out. Have an awesome day.